Like it or not, there will be a new Congress in place ready to take on the president or to work with him. So what can we realistically expect to get done in Washington? Maybe more than you think. I just want to say something very directly about all this. I've worked at the heart of government, I've run campaigns, and I've got a very clear point of view. I think this is the time for President Trump to be positive and to be a populist, to remember that he was elected in 2016 to put the interests of working Americans first and to get things done for them. If he does that, that is the best possible start for his re-election effort. Now, to talk about all of that, the host of Sunday Morning Futures here on Fox News and Mornings with Maria on the Fox Business Network, Maria Bartiromo. How exciting to have you here. I mean, I can't tell you how long...
Thank you so much for having me.
How long I wanted to get you on the show.
And how long I've wanted to come. Congratulations. The show is amazing, and I'm a regular viewer. Thank you so much for including me.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Now, look, let's just try and be positive. It's not easy always in this world of politics at the moment. But what do you think we can realistically hope for in the next 2 years with this divided Congress and the president there looking ahead to 2020? What can we hope for?
Well, I think the first point is the reason that the markets rallied the day after the midterm elections, remember that 550-point rally in the Dow, was because corporate America and voters out there thought, okay, well, at least we know negative legislation cannot come and kill the golden goose, the economy that has been growing as fast as it is.
The Republicans keeping the Senate.
That's right, because the Republicans keep the majority in the Senate. So this is really important. So in keeping with that idea of the majority in the Senate, the other positive about that is the president is going to be able to get all his confirmations through.
Right.
He's got the majority in the Senate. He's going to get a new AG. He's going to get new cabinet members, and they will breeze through the Senate, I think, if they have merit, because of the Republican majority there. So that's the good news there. The bad news is that all you're hearing, Steve, on the other side is investigation after investigation after investigation. So we're going to see them want his tax returns. We're going to see them say, oh, there was money funneled to Russia, et cetera, even though we know there's absolutely no Russian collusion. If there were, that would have been leaked about a year and a half ago. So I think the investigations are going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot of bluster.
Yeah.
But honestly, Steve, I think the good news is that's all that's going to happen. Infrastructure, big policy mistake could be if the president looks and tries to scramble to find something to agree with the Democrats on, comes up with a $2 trillion infrastructure plan and adds to the debt, because that's only going to come back to haunt them. So I think we do need an infrastructure plan. However, you have to really watch the costs here and taking on too much debt. We're already at $21 trillion, as you know.
That's a great point, because that's when people talk about this new spirit of potential cross-party cooperation and the fact that Donald Trump himself and the president, after his first day after the midterms, in that press conference, he said, look, maybe we can get things done. Might even be easier now because the Democrats can bring us something from the House, and then actually because it's come from the Democrats, we only need a few more votes from them to get over the 60-vote threshold to pass it in the Senate.
Right.
And when people talk about that, top of their list is infrastructure. Everyone says, oh, yeah, we love infrastructure. So you've explained what's the wrong way of doing it, just simply spending taxpayer money on it. What is exactly the right way of doing it?
Well, I think the president needs help from the private sector. I mean, he has talked about this being partly federal money, partly the private sector money. I think if he can come up with an idea where the private sector does take on a lot of this cost, that would be a positive, so that it doesn't cost more than $1 trillion adding to the debt. Look, I think the Democrats are going to want to try to get something done with health care. I think the Republicans want to do that as well. Maybe there's some coming to Jesus moment for that, and maybe there is something with infrastructure. But beyond that, Steve, it's going to be a lot of investigations. It's going to be a lot of bluster. They're not going to have merit in the Senate. The Senate is going to stop. And don't forget, the president has that veto pen. And so at the end of the day, nothing is going to stop this president's economic, business-friendly agenda with him in charge.
So that's the top priority. Let's just look at a couple more of the risks. So you mentioned healthcare. What would you be nervous about the president agreeing to on healthcare?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the plan is on the left, so it's hard to know what the options are. But of course, the left is trying very hard to talk about pre-existing conditions. That would be good to protect pre-existing conditions. The Republicans want that as well. What you don't want to get into is a costly plan, again, that is going to add to the debt. Because I've got to tell you, Steve, I'm hearing more and more whispers that this is a big problem. It took us 125 years to get to the first $1 trillion in debt. It took us about 10 years to double the debt under President Obama, 10 to 20 trillion. It took us only a year to get to 21 trillion. So this is an issue. At some point, the markets are going to take notice.
Yep.
We're spending $1 billion a day just to pay for the interest on the debt. So this is an issue. I think markets will start looking at it and being worried about it. I think the president has to be careful not to make any policy mistakes in that regard. But I think overall, it was a good result. The Republicans obviously did not hold on to the House, but they made some mistakes in not selling the economic recovery better.
So last point, as you just said, the number one priority, keep the economic recovery going, keep all that good news coming. It sounds like what you're saying is that actually, if they don't do very much, just kind of leave things as they are, that's fine.
That's a positive. That's absolutely a positive. Look, we had 4.2% economic growth in the second quarter. We had 3.5% economic growth in the third quarter. We just have to keep the growth going. People are expecting a slowdown because interest rates are moving up. That's certainly a headwind. But overall, I don't see a major issue with this global recovery continuing. It looks like it's tact. So we'll see about that. But there are a lot of worries, as you've seen the way the markets are trading, that things are going to begin to slow down.
Well, if that's the message to Congress, like, don't do too much, I think that's something they can actually live up to, judging by their past reputation.
You're right.
Maria, thank you so much. So great to see you.
Great to see you, Steve.